Guys, it's Abby. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, I live with a service dog and I trained her for 2 years. I owner trained her for public access and task train. It takes a long time to train a service dog. That's why I trained her as an emotional support animal, or ESA, because she was able to go into an airport and she was able to go to a pet friendly hotel or go to a pet friendly store, so I could do her public access training there. So I'm gonna explain the tasks she does for me on my day-to-day life and how I cope with my anxiety and depression. If y'all didn't know, I deal with major depressive disorder and PTSD, and that's pretty much it, because my doctor diagnosed me like a year or two ago. And my service, I was recommended an ESA, but then I started training her as my service dog because my anxiety was getting really bad, to where the point I would almost faint. And so basically what my service dog does for me is, if I'm in public or at home in general, if I'm standing up or sitting and my body is shaking really bad, she will constantly paw at me at my leg, because she is a smaller breed. So she can tell me to sit down, lay down, and do light pressure therapy. Light pressure therapy, if you don't know what light pressure therapy is, the animal either, the dog either sits on your legs or your chest, and that slows the heart rate down. So it basically calms you down a whole lot more than it would because usually when my dog does light pressure therapy, she calms me down a whole lot more because my shaking has gone down, I can breathe more, and I'm not as out of breath as I usually am. Number 3 is she will remind me to take my medicine. And what she does by this is, every day before I make the bed and take her outside, she will stretch and she'll put both paws like on my chest and say, "Mom, take your medicine." And number 4, she distracts me during a panic attack episode and any episode for my PTSD. She distracts me during those episodes, which I'm grateful for. And these things, I already have a learning disability, and since I was diagnosed with those, it's been really hard for me, so I was recommended a service dog as well, and I started training her not the second, but since I was recommended a service dog. And the fourth thing she does for me is, if I'm like this on my bed or on the floor, she will put her face up, because I'm like this. She's small enough to put her face up and constantly lick me, and that really helps distract me during an episode. And yeah, those are the tasks my service dog is trained for me to do and help me cope with day-to-day life, because they disable me. And not service dogs are not meant for everyone, and that is perfectly a-okay. ESAs provide a great service, but they are not service dogs because they are not trained. I trained my service dog for 2 years as emotional support because she was able to go into airports, she was able to go into pet-friendly hotels and pet-friendly stores for her public access training and for her task training as well. And she reminds me to take my medicine by putting both paws on my chest every morning. Also, how I've been coping with my PTSD and major depressive disorder is definitely art therapy, because I signed up for Skillshare, and this is not sponsored, but I absolutely love Skillshare because it's free for the first 2 months, and they have a bunch of watercolor, drawing, and other art therapy classes. And they have been helping me cope, because sometimes it is hard for me to explain my emotions, but it's hard for me to explain them. I can tell you I'm sad or I'm mad, but I can't tell you why. So that's why art and journaling has been really helping me, especially during this pandemic. I hope you guys are doing well. I am praying for anyone affected by the coronavirus and the George Floyd case. If you want to know more about my thoughts on the George Floyd case, go watch my last video. I love you guys so much. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. I love you guys, and I hope this video was very informative about what my service dog does for me on my day-to-day life.